So go ahead and tell us about your new movie, Fun Size. What's the movie about? What can we expect?
The movie is really fun. It's going to be just like a wild night, a wild time. It follows Victoria Justice as she experiences Halloween night, and she thinks she's going to a really cool party with this like really cute guy, but then her mom, who's Chelsea Handler, says, "Oh, no, I'm so sorry, you have to babysit your little brother." So disaster ensues as she loses her little brother and also tries to go to the party, and it's very fun. It's just going to be a fun movie.
It's like one of those, like, I don't know, perfect Halloween movies that you just have to see, you know?
Yes, exactly. I when watching the trailer, I really think about 10 Things I Hate About You, and sort of that like so quintessentially high school experience, and I think this captures it in a kind of new and exciting way. So it was really fun to work on.
Very true. And tell us about your character.
My character is I play a college girl who's out for Halloween, and there's sort of two stories. There's like Chelsea and her boyfriend story in like the college world, and then Victoria and her high school pals. So I'm in the former of the college people, and I'm dressed as a sexy nurse for Halloween, and I'll leave it at that. The rest is history, as they say. So yeah, it was really fun to do.
Very cool. So tell us also, since Halloween is around the corner, what are you going to be following?
I don't know, I'm still debating. A couple of my friends have like a annual party like every year, and it's like big bash, and they were like, "We really want to go as the girls from Pretty Little Liars. We want you to be Allison." And I was like, what is this saying about me and our friendship? But I have a couple of friends on the show, so I feel weird like going as them, but it might be fun. I think that might be what we decide to do.
That's neat. I wouldn't have thought of being like the Pretty Little Liars. That's a good one.
I know, yeah, I thought to do, and it's fun to like go as a group. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right. So tell us, do you have like a favorite childhood costume that you wore when you were younger?
I do. I sort of had like weird costumes, so sort of like a weirdo, like to have like a unique costume. I remember one time my dad. I loved the Beach Boys. I was obsessed with the Beach Boys when I was like 6. It was a bit weird, but they were my first concert, and I loved the Beach Boys. And so I told my dad I wanted to go as a Beach Boys cassette tape because like we didn't have CDs and I didn't know about vinyl records. That would have been like much more original and unique. But I went as like this cassette tape, literally in a box. I could not walk because I was like bound by the cardboard. But it said, I think it was like the Good Vibrations single or something like that, and. Yeah, that's my favorite, like, weird, quirky Halloween costume.
Well, first off, you can't go wrong with Beach Boys. You just can't go wrong. Anything you do, can't go wrong.
Classic, yeah.
Secondly, that is very unusual. I've never heard of that one. That's a good one. That should win for Costume Contest of the Year. That wins.
I know, that would be great. 6-year-old me in the little cardboard box, like, so sweet.
But you know what would have, like, topped it off, like, in today's, like, generation now, like, to put, maybe, like, to have some music playing from it. Like,
see, that would have totally cinched the deal, but this was like, I don't know, 1996
right,
or
back then, no.
Yeah, that was, we had like Walkman, but not a little phone that could play music, like wherever, so that would definitely add into it.
So, I know, like, I went on the Halloween website the other day looking for costumes, and there's so many to choose from, like, I don't even know where to begin.
I know, and do you do the sexy route, or the quirky route, or the, like, interesting intellectual route? It's hard.
So many options.
Yeah.
And it's only like one day of the year, right? It's like there's so many costumes. You wish it was every day.
I know. It's so true because it's so fun. And I think that's why I like my job, because it's sort of like Halloween every day.
Exactly. Well, tell us, how did you get started acting? How did this come about?
I just have always done it. I've always been like, this is what I'm going to do. And my family are not artists at all. They're like doctors and lawyers, and they're very, very smart, and science, and from like day one, science was like not an option for me. So I don't know. I sort of did little school plays in elementary school and dinner theater things growing up. And my mom was so supportive and like so encouraging. And I think at one point I lived in Baltimore, Maryland, and people were like getting agents in Maryland and like doing that kind of thing. And I was like, Mom, I gotta do this. And she was like, like, I love you and I support you and you're going to do drama club and everything, but I want you to have a normal life, a normal growing up and, like, going to school. And so I'm really actually very grateful for that. I think it's important to have a strong sense of yourself that's apart from acting. Otherwise, you don't have as much to bring to your work. So, I just grew up normally, did, like, choir, and I play an instrument, and just was like artistic, and I guess, and then I went to college for acting, and it's just been that ever since.
Wow. Well, that's cool. You went through with your dream and like went in that direction. That's good.
Yeah. And my mom is like so happy about that. I mean, what's better than like your kid living their dream? So I think it's a really cool thing for my whole family.
Exactly. Well, what's a dream role for you? Where would you like to see yourself?
Oh my gosh. I have so many dream roles. I mean, on stage, I would definitely love to do like a classic. I would love to do like All My Sons or like a really classic, meaty play. And I love Shakespeare too. So anything. If I get a little bit older, I would love to play some of those like really great Shakespeare parts. But film and TV, I would love to work on. Like I really like family drama and like romance kind of thing about like those interpersonal relationships and the films and TV. I like to watch it all sort of about that. So I would love to do like a Blue Valentine or something where the characters are the focus and like the story between the characters is really what's charging the whole film.
That would be fun. And what TV shows do you watch nowadays?
Ooh, I'm really in love with the new girl. Gotta say, I like the new girl. I think Schmidt is like so cute. If I meet Max Greenfield, it's gonna be like crazy. I'm just gonna be like so obsessed. I like New Girl, and I like Saturday Night Live and like all the sort of classic kind of shows. And I've really gotten into Bill Maher recently. On like the other side of the spectrum, he had Kerry Washington on the other night, and it was like such a great show. And I think he's so smart, and I really like his politics. So yeah, it's sort of all over the board.
Good choices.
Yeah.
And also tell us about the new movie you're working on as well, Jack Reacher. Tell us about that.
Jack Reacher, it's a crazy movie. It's based on this book series, and Tom Cruise has taken over the main guy, Jack Reacher, and it's a really great movie. I sometimes have trouble with action movies because I can't like follow everything that's going on. I'm like, what? There's like all these car chases and gunshots. But Jack Reacher, I can follow the entire movie. I can see all the things. I mean, it like makes sense. It's really engaging. It's really entertaining. It's sexy. It's fun. So yeah, I think it's a little bit different than your typical action movie because there's real substance like throughout the entire thing.
That's good because, like you said, that following. If you can't follow along, it's like too
much. You're like, yeah.
That's good. So, what's your character? Who do you play?
My character is so Jack Reacher's main goal in the movie is to do the right thing. He always wants to do the right thing, even if it may not be the legal thing. He wants to do right by the world, not like the man. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So he ends up sort of helping my character out a little bit. And I'm in sort of a bad relationship, and he helps me out. I don't want to give away too much, but yeah, he's fighting for the good people.
Interesting. So what are the details on that? When does it come out?
That comes out, I believe, December 21st, I think. Yeah, right around Christmas time, winter time. Yeah, it should be really great.
And just the sound of it with Tom Cruise in it, I mean, it's got to be fabulous as well. So
yeah. Oh, he's great. I mean, not only was he amazing to work with and so cool, but he's just like so focused, so dedicated, and yeah, his work in the movie speaks for itself. It's really great.
Wow. So out of all the people you work with so far, I mean, do you have a favorite or anybody that?
Oh, I'd never tell. Well, I just worked on this movie called Promised Land with, it's written by Matt Damon and John Krasinski. They kind of teamed up. And I got, most of my scenes are with Frances McDormand. Mm-hmm. And I really got to know her and bond with her, and she was just so welcoming, and gosh, I just learned so much. I mean, she's just always there. She's always thinking and doing it, but it's never actory. She's like, can't be actory, can't be actory. She just wants it to be really real and like really to her, and so I really loved working with her. It was like a very different experience. I don't know if I have a favorite, but it was really, really fun to get to know Fran.
Wow, very cool. And I don't think there's like anything better than actually being on set and learning. Like you can go to acting classes, of course, but once you're on set and learning from the other actors and just the whole environment, I think that's where you really learn the most.
Oh yeah, it's a completely like different experience than doing a class or anything because there's just so much happening
Hmm.
all at once. You're picking up on all these things. There are all these people sort of around and doing all these different jobs. So you're trying to figure all that out, and then you're like, wait, gotta stop and like focus in, and then it's really about that focused energy on the other person you're in the scene with. So yeah, it's a very different experience, but it's like learning. Every time I go outside, I'm like, I'm opening my learning doors, and I just
Yes.
like gather information. I feel like when I'm there as a new person in the industry, it's definitely a great thing to be learning.
Exactly. Well, is the filming schedule, what is that like?
It's often very rigorous, and it's sort of like most things in life, like all or nothing. Like you'll
Uh-huh.
just going, and then you'll be at home and you're doing nothing. So it depends on if it's a night shoot or a day shoot. For Fun Size, it was almost all night shoots, and
Mhm.
it was hard. It's hard to just like completely turn around your clock and sleep during the day. You have to sleep during the day. You go home at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, okay, I'll be
Wow.
asleep till 6 at night. Like until you go back to set. So it's definitely adjusting. And then sometimes on movies, like with Jack Reacher, some shoots are during the day and then some were at night, so it would be like a whole crazy thing. So in that way, the timing can be rigorous. But I think they give you enough time, especially the actors, like while the lighting and everything's getting set up, you can kind of focus in on your work and your lines and the other things that you need to do. So it's definitely timed and spaced really well.
You know what I always wondered though for actors, how they pick up on their lines. It just seems like so much, and it's like, how do you as an actress pick up on the lines?
Oh man, it's different for everything. Like I was just working on this Greek play with some of my friends and like memorizing Greek lines.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not speaking actual Greek, but just saying all these Greek places, amphitryon, all these like words and crazy things.
yeah.
It's way different than like, hey, how are you? Like,
Right.
they're a different thing. So it's always different, but I find that just different things help me. Like I memorize pretty quickly, but I have to be like standing up, kind of moving in some way, because if I'm just like sitting there reading it, like it doesn't go into my body. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely have to really work to memorize it, and then just let it go once you're there.
Uh-huh.
That's I think the hardest thing is that let the lines go. They don't matter. The lines don't matter. You have to say the right words, but how you say them, what you do with them, it's all going to be in the moment, spontaneous with your partners.
So we were also going to ask you about your Twitter then. Go ahead and tell us your Twitter username.
My Twitter username is Sara, Sara, and then it's Lindsey with no vowels, so LNDSY.
Hmm.
That is my Twitter handle.
Great, everyone needs to make sure to follow you on there. And tell us, how do you like using Twitter?
I like using Twitter. I think I mainly use it to just post really cute pictures of my dog.
Oh, your dog.
So I need to like make the transition. But no, it's good to post little like work things and like, oh, check this out if it's on a certain channel or whatever. It's helpful for my friends at home too to just have a place to check, so I don't have to constantly be like, hey, turn on your TV. They can just sort of keep tabs on it a little bit. And yeah, I like the Twitter. It's
Right.
cool.
Well, first off, we got to ask you, what type of dog do you have?
I have the cutest dog. He's a rescue. He's from a pound here in LA. I got him about a year ago. And,
Oh,
they think he's a mix between like a Pomeranian and maybe Chihuahua, maybe a Spaniel. It's like he's just a very cute mutt. So,
very cute. Well, you know what? I got to look out for his little pictures on Twitter now.
yes, you do. Like, they are many, many plentiful pictures of Max.
Aw, adorable. So tell us also, yeah, I was going to say for Twitter, like in today's society, like there's no other way practically like back then to talk to people, and just Twitter just connects everybody worldwide, and it's just like, I wouldn't have it any other way. It's perfect.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. A couple friends of mine did this parody of the show Girls called Boys, and it's very funny. Like one of the characters who like is sort of modeled after Lena Dunham, like is never wearing pants, and other roommates are like, "You gotta be wearing some like you're naked. You gotta wear pants," and he's like, "I'm in my 20s," and it's just a very funny like parody. And one of our friends tweeted it to Judd Apatow, and Judd watched it and was like, "That's so funny!" Da, da, da. And then like everybody saw their video. It was so cool for them, and it is a really cool way to not only be connected but to share work with each other. It's really awesome.
Wow, very neat. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like some of these celebrities you'd never think you'd like talk to or see or in your whole life, and when you get a tweet from them, it's like, That's it. It completed it. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good. I've achieved something today. Like, yeah, it's so cool. Someone you admire, and yeah, it's a really cool thing.
Yeah. If you could have like a tweet from any celebrity, do you have one that you'd really love to get one from?
Oh my god. I I would love to get a tweet from Chelsea Handler. That would be so funny. Like, just because we've worked together and stuff, I'm sure she doesn't follow my Twitter, but if she was like, hey, Sex and Eris, love, blah, 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 like, that would be, I love her tweets. They're very hilarious.
Yes. That would be so cool. So Twitter, do you have a Facebook as well?
I don't have a Facebook. I had a Facebook, and then I got off the Facebook. It was like too much. But I might get back on the wagon in some capacity, because it is, again, a really great way to connect, and people would like send me little messages and things like that, like, oh, I just saw you in this, like old friends from elementary school, and that was like a really cool thing, way to keep in touch. So yeah, I might get back on Facebook. We'll see.
Okay, looking forward to that. And
Yeah.
okay, so we have a couple get to know you questions. So first off, we're going to ask you, tell us one thing we may not know about you.
One thing you may not know about me. Well, the instrument I play is the oboe, so it's sort of not a lot of people play it. And yeah, I guess that's something you wouldn't know. I'm hoping to use it in a movie sometime. Like, my character's like also plays oboe, so it's something I really love to do.
Yeah, just looking at you, I wouldn't have never guessed.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we learned something new.
Yeah.
And how about secondly, your favorite fast food restaurant?
Fast food. Ooh, does Chipotle count? I love Chipotle.
Yes, it does.
I would do Chipotle, like, oh man, gotta do it. The little burrito bowl or like salad, oh man, it's great. Really. And they use good quality products there too. Which
Exactly.
is important.
So good. How about Chick-fil-A? Are you a fan of Chick-fil-A?
I don't really go to Chick-fil-A. Not like by yes or no, but all the drama that's been happening with Chick-fil-A, like I don't wanna get involved. So I'm neither yes or no.
Okay. And so we were going to ask you also, do you eat healthy on a regular basis, or do you?
Yeah, I gotta eat healthy. Gotta do it. It's very important to do that. Not only for like my job, but also just for life. Being healthy is like very important. And getting exercise and staying active, it's very important. So I'll definitely chop on some salads like very often.
Absolutely. And also, how about, do you have a prized possession or something you can't live without?
I have this blanket that I've had since I was literally born, that I sort of thought I would grow out of, or thought I would like leave at home or lose somewhere, but I still have it, and it's just like chilling on my bed to this day. So I would say, yeah, I guess I can't live without that, since I never have.
Oh, very neat. Exactly. I know now that you have it, it's like you can't let it go. Now.
No, it's so sentimental, so
It
special
is.
to me, and it's like been there literally forever. So yeah, forever for me. So yeah.
You can't replace that. No.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, we're looking forward to Fun Size.
Thank
And
you so
is there anything, like a scene from the movie we can look forward to that you think is like the best part we should kind of like look out for?
Yes, oh for sure. I think there's a scene where Chelsea goes to a party. That's sort of the scene that I'm in. I'm kind of running around, but there's a moment where she like loses it, and it is so funny. Literally on set, no one could keep it together. Like, it was all of our jobs to just be like shocked, but she is hilarious. So I would definitely keep a lookout for that.